Well, welcome to this frosty November morning here. We got about minus 15 Celsius today, and it's probably the coldest day I've worked in this year. It's not comfortable. Got the heated gloves on, and still hands are cold. Today I wanted to talk about something I come across recently. Several times I got calls about this, and I wanted to cover it with you. So if you look here, there's an old wood stove. Cook stove. So the house I'm inspecting today is 1953, I believe, and it probably had this stove in there. Maybe not. These people tend to look like maybe they collect some antiques. So people have been calling me lately asking me, can I get the old wood stove certified for reuse? And my general impression is no, and I'll tell you why. It's probably not going to work. A lot of this wood stove stuff boils down to your insurance company. There's more than just that with insurance companies. There's Poly-B Piping, Kitec Piping, 70 amp electrical services. They get the right to say whether they're going to insure things or not. And generally when it comes to these old wood stoves, they want to make sure that it's safe. And there's really not a good way for me to tell you if it's safe. So there's special requirements for underneath the stove because it's so close to the bottom of the floor. It has to have certain R value for the hearth pad, which you can do. That's not a problem. A little more work, but you can do it. The other thing about this, though, is when you open it up, I'm not going to in this case, but oftentimes the components inside are either rusted away or the firebox is cracked. So how do you fix that? You can't just order a new firebox because it's antique. The other thing, let's say it all was good and you wanted to put it in, you restore it and so on. You want to put it in a kitchen area. So it's an uncertified appliance, meaning it was prior to the time when certification labels were attached. And you can still buy these, by the way, that are certified, but I'm talking about the old ones now. You're not able to certify it as a certified stove, so it has to be uncertified appliance. And the rules for that would be 48 inches from all sides, so you can't have anything combustible within 48 inches from all sides. If you shield the wall in the back, and I might need clarification on this one, but I think this is the rule. I don't do many of these. You can get away with 36 inches to the back if you shield it. You can't get a 50% or 67% reduction on these units. It's only 50%, or sorry, only 36 inches is the minimum distance you could have it from a combustible wall. So that's going to put this unit in the middle of your room, and if you're okay with that, and the inside of this unit looks great, then you can probably get it to pass a wet inspection. Doesn't mean it's going to be certified as usable by the insurance company. They still might say, no, we're not going to certify it. And I have had people call me and say, yeah, they said if you certified it, it would be good. They would insure it. Well, I'm not going to put my neck on the line for sure. And most home inspectors and wet inspectors are not going to either. So, and there's other complications too. You got a single wall pipe up here that's ovalized. Probably was just squished by whoever bought it. It was round. It's not specifically designed for this stove. So there's just a lot of unknowns. If you're thinking about refinishing one of these for use, I would suggest you don't put the work into it. Buy a new one. If you love the look, buy a new one from Elmira Stoveworks in Ontario, or I think Obadiah's sells some. I think J.A. Roby sells one that's similar, more modern and certified. So these are options. They're not cheap, but if you love the look, and I like it, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's going to cost you money. You're going to have to invest some money.